Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for coming and welcoming Ari Rath, who's one of my personal heroes. He gave me a break. He hired me many, many years ago, gave me an opportunity, and I learned so much from Ari because he's a journalist. He was a great editor of the Jerusalem Post. He built that newspaper, and he made it an excellent newspaper, something that all of the readers of the Jerusalem Post continue to be very proud of. But Ari played a seminal role in all of that, and indeed he played a seminal role throughout the entire history of the State of Israel, going back to its establishment in 1948. He literally has lived through every exciting chapter, the good, the bad, and the ugly. All of that he's intimately familiar with. But his personal story that he recounts in this book, which is in German, as you know, hopefully it will be in English one of these days, and those of us who don't speak German will be able to read it. But I've heard many of these stories over the years, but he really gets personal. He opens up about certain areas of his life that he never really opened up before, and I think that's what we want to hear a little bit about tonight, because to a certain degree, this is someone who's now 88 years old, 88 plus 4 months, he just told me, who's counting? 88, 4 months, and he's got an incredible story to share with all of us, and I'm so thrilled that my wife Lynn and I are here, that we can celebrate Ari and this excellent new book. So let's just start at the beginning.
Let's do a little tit for tat.
No. This is about, hold on a second. This is about you. No, Ari, just listen. This is a story about Ari Rath. It's not a story, I didn't write any books. When I write a book, you'll come and make a presentation about me. So this is about you right now. So let's start at the beginning. How did you, Ari Rath, wind up in Israel?
Wind up in Israel?
In Israel.
Well, because I was born in Vienna over 88 years ago, and 2 months after my bar mitzvah, a certain man by the name of Adolf Hitler decided to liberate Austria. And we were lucky, my 3-year-old brother and myself, that we could leave beginning of November 38 for Palestine, while our father was still in the concentration camp in Buchenwald. So, been a long way since. And I think, if you allow me, there's a little thing, because it will answer that question too. I worked today a long time to do it in English, and my book, Ari means lion, Ari has Löwe, was first presented in October 2012 in Vienna by the Austrian President Heinz Fischer at his official residence at the history-laden Hofburg, the Imperial Palace, where world events were shaped for centuries. In its splendid halls and chambers, Empress Maria Theresa reigned Europe for decades, and the longest reigning emperor, Kaiser Franz Joseph, ruled there for 68 years over the crumbling Habsburg Empire until 2 years before its demise in 1918. It was on the Hofburg's huge balcony that on March 15, 1938, in an act of gross forgery of history, Adolf Hitler proclaimed the return of Austria to the German Reich, as 250,000 Austrians cheered him hysterically. I said then, this book is my life. It took years until I could overcome my mental blocks and express at last freely my suppressed feelings. But without the years-long tireless efforts of my co-author Stephanie Oswald, we could not have presented our book here today. The same applies today as well. The title Ari has Löwe, which the Solar publisher accepted enthusiastically, was also her idea. I could not have imagined in my wildest dreams that Austria's federal president, Hans Fischer, would personally present our book, for which I'm very grateful. In my long life, I have learned that true friendships are the greatest treasure one can have. The common denominator of the numerous guests in this crowded hall of splendor is that I can call many of you my